Okay.
So it'll be on the back side of the building where there's a bunch of storage units over there. It'll be on that side, not visible from the front, and it'll be hidden by the building.
Am I not seeing?
On one of the plans, you can see the second stair.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
I thought that was the front, or I thought that was the right side of the building, looking at it from the street.
You don't, excuse me, through the chair, I don't see a layout here for like parking or the way
Yeah.
traffic is gonna flow or,
Yeah, what we'll do is we can provide a parking layout. We still haven't decided how we're gonna fit the current, right now, there's about space for about 15 cars,
is that in the front?
front and side. If you look at the side of the lot, because the lot goes by the drive that goes down past the restaurant, and then you come into the back. So there's a
Okay.
little drive area over there. So we haven't laid that out yet. I didn't get the survey until actually late last week from the surveyor. He was on vacation, but right now, the way we've looked at it, we can get between 14, 15 spaces. And it's gonna be, because it's commercial, mixed use with residential, there won't be a major need for that many spaces. In a mixed-use environment, you're gonna have people leaving off hours, residents will come in. But in the case of the zoning regs, I believe it's for commercial, it's one space per 250 square feet of occupant load. And the max would be 6 cars for the commercial.
And how would they come in and out of there? Like, I mean, that's such a tight space. If they're in the back, are they gonna use the Nona Lucia parking lot to come out of?
No, there'll be a driveway right next to that. There'll be a dual-use driveway.
Okay.
We'll lay it out and submit it.
Mark, you have any comments, Mark?
Mr. Chairman, I do not. I haven't had the opportunity yet to review the
Right. Does
application.
the BG zone allow mixed use? Do we know that off the top of your head? I'm
I
sure
believe it does.
I'm sure it does, but the BG zone, it does allow mixed use? like
I
this?
believe it does.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Right. So we'll probably need more information, sir. I mean, we need a layout.
Parking?
Yeah, parking, ingress and egress, more detail.
Through the chair,
Yes, sir.
due to the nature of the business that was there for as long as I could remember, and I just turned 60, is there any environmental studies that need to be done to have residential there?
That's a great question. When we reviewed the building, walked through the building, we didn't see any issues. I mean, there was a store, commercial retail store. Did it have oil dripping out of, we could have. I don't, we'd have to check that. But in the building itself, the residential will be upstairs, and we don't believe there is, but if
No.
the building officials will need to make that
No
determination.
buried oil tanks or gas tanks or?
No, they're in the basement, and I believe there's nothing in the basement that I saw when I walked through that, and I can take some pictures and provide those.
That raises the question, I mean, it may not, it's collateral to this discussion, but was there a lender involved in this acquisition?
I believe there was, and they'll have their own requirement.
Do you know if there was a phase one done?
I don't, I can find that out.
Okay. Go ahead. It's collateral,
Yeah, I
it's a
mean,
collateral issue.
Through the chair, I would assume that if they're having a bank issue a note, there had to be a phase one done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would assume.
Same thing with lead paint. That's gonna be a requirement. You won't be able, if the building has lead paint, it's gonna have to be abated.
Yeah, well, sometimes a lender requires an environmental easement, or some areas that may not be able to be cleaned up in the phase two, if
Right.
it's required. So, I mean, that would show on the site plan, so just be aware of that if possible. I'd like to clarify that when you submit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Through the chair, I think that if there wasn't a lender involved in the sale, the studies, the environmental stuff, I would think should and would need to be done for residential.
Okay. No,
Any further discussion? We'll probably, Mark will have a chance to review this for the next meeting. We'll get more. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being here.
thank you. Good night.
Good night. Okay, communications and bills. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes. All right. Do I hear a motion to table this? So moved?
So moved.
Second, any discussion? No? All in favor? Aye. Aye. All right. Thank you, Carol. Ah. All right. Okay. Communication and bills, Connecticut Land Use Law for Municipal Land Use Agencies, Boards and Committees, virtual seminar next Saturday, 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Guys, we need to get these in to be, the law requires us to do this, to have continuing zoning education, so.
Is there a deadline? Chairman?
I don't know. Is there a deadline? Does anybody know if there's a deadline on this? I think it's annually. It has to do by the end of the year. For the continuing zoning education?
I think within any two-year period, I
Is that
believe.
what it is? Okay, all right. Well, what's good about, I just want to say one thing. What's good about this virtual seminar is you can have it, on your computer, and you can watch it as you choose, okay? All right? Versus going someplace and attending the full day, okay? We used to have those at Wesleyan University. It would take up your whole day, and you'd get a crappy sandwich for lunch. Pardon the language. All right.
I'm sorry, through the chair.
Yes.
I'm not sure I got my answer. Is it, you said 2 years. Did it start at a certain point? Is this something new? Is it?
It is something new, and I believe it was part of that PA, what was it, 2129, that comprehensive legislation that changed the ADU statutes and among other things, and they put in regulations for commissioners and staff. I'll have to check into that when it actually started. I mean, they wouldn't have started it in 21. They probably started it was probably effective, I'm going to guess, like 22. So the training period is probably 22 through 24.
Also, can you find out how often they have it? Because I know that particular one I'm not going to make.
Well, this training is biennial, the Connecticut Bar Association.
Okay.
It's biennial.
Find out also, Mark, while you're at that, find out if they have video availability. So you could just get the video, and a commissioner could look at the video rather than attending this.
I believe they do. Even if you can't attend, the $40 fee, which the town will pay for, gets you that book. And that book has become invaluable as a resource for land use reference. But that does not address the training per se. That's correct. I will find that out.
And Mark, and Mark, also, where do we go for the virtual? Like, do you have a website, or how do we get to the virtual training for the seminar on March 11th?
Carol knows that.
Yes, I had to register the people that told me they were going to go, and like within a couple of days before next Saturday, it'll be on your computer, because I had to give them your email, and so you should get like some type of form from them. And
For March 11th?
yeah,
Okay.
yes. So if anybody else needs to go, I would have to do it quickly.
But you say go, you mean
Oh,
attend
well,
and watch?
virtually, I would have to,
To
pay
register.
for it and register and get your emails
Right, but we're not
to
going
them.
anywhere, we're just watching that from our computer, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes?
Next item here is is an actual in-person conference at the AquaTurfs Country Club at 5 o'clock at night. Those are pretty interesting, and the food is pretty good, and there's usually a presentation by a zoning expert, which will be at, so we could, if, I would like to attend that. If somebody would like to join me, that would be nice.
What day of the week is that?
Excuse me, I'm
Yes.
sorry, may I interrupt? I do have you going, Mr. Antonacci, I have Dan DeVito going, I have Ken Demers going, I think Mark, I'm not sure, you didn't decide yet, and Mr. Esposito.
Okay.
You want to
Okay.
go? Okay.
Through the chair, my understanding was Mark was paying.
I'm sorry, Mark?
And driving.
I am.
Well, we need
Through-
a big
through the
car.
town.
We could all go together if you want. Oh, yeah, we gotta have Mark. Let's see.
And the town vehicle, too. That would be really fun.
Pickup
Bob, can you
truck.
go?
Okay.
Bob?
The 23rd is a Thursday night.
It's
Thursday
the
night.
23rd, on a Thursday night,
Right,
Jack?
that's a Thursday.
I'm away.
No.
I'll go. If these guys are going, I'll go as long as.
Yes, okay.
Then I'm definitely
Soda's
away.
on them.
Okay,
Okay.
guys, thank you.
All right, we got, what's, 5 people, 6 people?
Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 people, okay, we'll work that
I'll
out.
send you an email.
Okay,
I'll send
thank you.
out an email.
All right. All right. All right, so the next item on the agenda is the accessory dwelling unit for standards for adoption. We've already discussed that, so we can pass that. The next meeting date is April 5th,
Get it done.
and do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So
So
moved.
moved.
So move.
Second?
Second, third,
All
fourth,
those in
fifth.
favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, okay.
Sorry for the
Thank you,
stressful-
officer, thank you.